Kwa majina mimi naitwa Ras Lojuron Jaden kutoka Haile Selassie Foundation Africa. Kwa imani mimi ni Rastafari. Mimi pia ni elder katika Rastafari Livity, environmentalist, human rights activist, an artist, a father, and above all nationalist and a Pan-Africanist. Rastafari. Anna is the current chairperson of the Rastafarians Society of Kenya, and also the representative for East Africa in the Rastafari Continental Council. We are the generation or the custodians of this earth who have been through great tribulation, and what has made us to overcome the difficult situations that our generation have been going through is the teachings of our forefathers, especially the founding fathers of the African nation, men like Haile Selassie, Dedan Kimathi, Kwame Nkrumah, Thomas Sankara, Aggrey Jaden, and many more who have stood firm, believing that we Africans can accomplish what we wish if we maintain the right frequency and the focus, and above all, if we can learn to coexist with one another despite our different cultural background and diversity that we enjoy as African people. The history of Rastafari started a long time ago when the African society was distorted by colonialism and slavery, but Rastafari have stood firm ever since, believing that a moment like this will come, a moment of restoration. And the situation which we are facing today as young people and as Africa in general is illiteracy, poverty, malnutrition, disease, and ignorance. It is our duty as Rastafari, first and foremost, to create awareness of ourselves to our fellow black brothers and sisters, and to embrace our role models who are the founding fathers of the African nation, and not to forget our roots as black people. Yeah, November 2nd, 1930 is a great year commemorated by the Rastafari community and Africans in general, because it was the year 1930, November 2nd, that the whole world came in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, an African country that has never been colonized, to witness the greatest day when one of our African kings rose to the throne of anciency. Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia and Empress Waizaro Menen were crowned on this great day by example, to give the African people hope that we can still make it again in righteousness towards restoration of Africa. We will be commemorating November 2nd together with the Rastafari community in our Utawala tabernacle with the rest of the Rastafari brethren from the rest of Kenya and Africa in general. And it's not only a celebration for the Rastafari people alone, as I have mentioned. It's a day to commemorate when Africa sat back and took its place before the world leadership through the kingdom of Ethiopia, which was under the reign of Haile Selassie, the great African child that saw it a great mission to ensure that Africa begin a new history without colonialism and without oppression. Mostly will be sabbatical prayers to invoke the spirit of the ancestors to be with us, so that we can be able to forgive one another, and we can be able also to ask our ancestors to bless us as Africans, so that the issues affecting our continent, especially issues of borderation, as you can see, the whole world is coming together, but Africa have failed up to this time to remove the borders that keep them away from each other. Because the moment we realize that we are all black people, and we realize that Africa needs to realize its position in the world affairs by removing the borders that was placed there intentionally for the purpose of dividing us, so that we will not achieve our development as a continent. We are not only agitating for a member of parliament, we are agitating for the whole government to embrace Rastafari in all its agencies and all its room that it has there to serve the people. Rastafari can serve as a governor, Rastafari can serve as a senator, Rastafari can serve as a headmaster, as a teacher. Rastafari is an engineer, is a father, is a doctor. Rastafari can serve in all angle of life as long as humanity is concerned. The time of judging one another based on racial and discriminatory philosophy is over. This is the time to embrace the Rastafari culture in all aspects of life. Rastafari. That is why when we went to court, the government allowed our children to go to school with their dreadlocks, and also they allowed Rastafari to practice its spirituality like any other faith. So we call upon the Religious Council of Kenya not to leave us out on the national days and on the national prayer days. We call upon the Presidential Advisory Commission also to include us on the elders of the people that advise the president and the nation on the way forward. We call upon the Ministry of Education also not to discriminate against the Rastafari culture. So when they are writing the new syllabus, Rastafari culture also must be included, so that at least people and the new generation will know who Rastafari is, so that we grow in harmony in this coming dispensation.
Asante sana. Kama timo muruagiro kombo Jama sheita ikero era